Hi there, Cancer. Thank you so very much for tuning in. This is your mid-June reading, and of course energy is fluid, so it may permeate a little before the 15th and a little after the 30th. All right, so let us begin. I was meditating on your energy before I turned on the camera, Cancer, and I was hearing getting everything in order, getting all your ships ready to sail. So there's something about a departure, Cancer. I'm getting that it is vibrational. And it's very, very otherworldly. Okay, you have significant cards on the table, and they're laid out in a very interesting fashion. You have the High Priestess, mirroring the Four of Wands in reverse, which I see, right? Usually this sort of energy comes through to me, especially in this particular spread, as the opening of the third eye, right? There's this awakening, right? That of almost, right, where we are. And I'm getting for a number of you that this may speak to time, matters of time and time travel. I was getting that coming through for a number of you while I was meditating on your energy before I turned on the camera. So something about time and where time stands still, and it's almost when you recognize that time is superfluous, time is timeless, that's when, right, you open your eyes. And that's when you wake up to just simply the moment. What that moment holds, what that moment means for you. And I see things aligning. There's structure, there's order, there's understanding of where you're going and what you're doing and what your master plan is. Whatever sense of confusion in the past, oscillation, feeling like we feel something, feeling like we know something, but still questioning it, right? With the intellectual, rational mind, doubting it, the 3D human perception. That's all coming to an end. It's all coming to an end. You have here right off as sort of your theme, the way I'm feeling it for you, is the Seven of Cups, and it's in reverse. So again, whatever this difficulty with perception, right? It's almost like, you know, when you're just waking up and you feel kind of groggy, right? You just open your eyes a little bit, just a crack. Everything seems blurry, and it's almost like that question even of, am I awake or am I dreaming? Until, right, you open your eyes just a little wider, and everything comes into full focus on every dimension, right? Mind, body, soul. And you realize, I'm awake. That was a dream, and now I'm awake. And so it's that clarity of seeing on every level, yet again, mind, body, soul, what you've been feeling underneath it all, right? Like that lion waking up from its deep, deep sleep, right? In its lair. Recognizing it's time. It's time. That ringer is going off, Cancer, and you're on board. You're on board. It's that sober waking up when, right? It's like the first ring of your alarm clock. You're like, oh, am I dreaming? My alarm's ringing in my dream. And then you realize, I'm not dreaming. That's real life. real life, right? How we perceive it to be real or, right, really a dream. It's all, right, how we see it and how we feel it and the dimension that we're experiencing it on. But Cancer, it's that I have class in an hour. I've got to take a shower. I've got to get dressed, right? I've got to be totally prepared. And all I can do right now to begin that process is to begin right now. It's all held within this one moment where I decide I'm going to get out of bed, right? No more snooze. No more, am I dreaming or is the alarm ringing? And, right? It's like, you realize, the alarm is definitely ringing. And it's up to me, right? To heed it, right? To heed that voice, right? That rings. And to take these symbols as precious, right, markers of validation for what we've been feeling, rather than merely the white noise, right? It's kind of like, right, let's say you're in a restaurant, right, or you're in a store, and right, there's music, and there's a song playing, and right, as a human, you realize there's a song playing, and I'm hearing it. Right, I'm hearing it. I may not be listening, but I hear it. The sound is coming through. And then, right, there's that sudden, that flip of consciousness, to which point we begin to listen and recognize what, right, is actually being emitted. And we receive it. And we acknowledge it for what it is, for what it really is, and what you really are as one who is perceiving that. It's profound. Cancer, you're waking up to your potential, not just as a human, right? Not just in the third dimension, but as a multi-dimensional energetic being. You're awakening to your power and your presence on this platform. And it's recognizing where you stand as an individual, right? And also as an individual, one of the greater whole, the collective. Everyone. Every one. And so it's that moment, right, when you're standing in that store, in that shop, in the restaurant, right? And it's almost as if the language of the song shifts. To which point you start, wait a second, I love this song. This is a beautiful song. I know this song. In fact, I used to sing this song all the time. And I'm getting pressure in my throat chakra. Okay. Whatever that may mean to some of you. Okay. And we're right, expressing energies that speak to singing, expression. But not only, right, expression from the inside out, but the acceptance of reflection, of expression as the receiver of also what we emit into the universe. We are mirrors. We are reflections. And so it's waking up to the recognition of you in what you see, in what you feel, in what you perceive, in any capacity. Seeing yourself in everything, in everyone, in every sign, symbol, right? As one of the universe. You're feeling it. You're feeling the unanimity of being. To which point you realize, right? I just am. And this is the moment, right, where I begin. I'm hearing for a number of you, I begin again. Now, speaking of beginnings, there's absolutely one for you underway. The Fool in reverse, right in the dead center of the spread. And there's somewhat of a diamond shape here that was formed, right, with the cards. And the way I spread them out was just of course intuitive, and so we'll heed that, right? But we have here this mirroring between the Son of Pentacles and the Fool, who's looking up at the Son of Pentacles. The Son of Pentacles looking right over at this black tourmaline crystal, speaking of transmutation, okay, of negative energy and darkness, as we'll call it, to positivity, light, right? And of course, right, we need both frequencies. We need both sort of polarities, the yin and the yang, to form wholeness. So there's something, though, about perception of this dark space, this dark matter, so to speak, right? And the Son of Pentacles is very focused on it. It's taking it head on, recognizing whatever stands, right, along the path towards illumination of truth, intuitive truth, absolutely, first and foremost, being the nucleus of really it all, right, yet again. I'm going to take it on. Because again, it's up to me, right, to rise from that bed and to begin again. The rise after the fall, I'm hearing that for you. And if we think about sleeping, right, the concept of sleeping, right, it's like we fall, right, we lay down to rest, and we rise again once the day comes. So there's something here about cycles for you, and we have the moon on 2 of the cards, 3 of the cards for you, Cancer, and of course, right, you are ruled by the moon naturally. So there's something here about tuning into your personal cycle and frequency and what you are here to do, Cancer. I'm getting that strongly for you. That light just got so very bright. You are here, Cancer, with a mission. With a mission to spread this light, whatever this is. You feel it and you know. And it's a matter of seeking out the light. And whatever, right, again, darkness may have been, right, in any way, in any shape or form, right, be it just the darkness of the night, right, you're learning to see through the dark, Look at, right, the Son of Pentacles. Look at the High Priestess. They're looking in the same direction, right? They're both very, resilient, and focused on where they set their sights, which is ironic, right? Could be seen as ironic, depending on how you perceive it, how you consider it. Because they're both in the dark. But they both have a moon looming ahead, intuition, guiding light, the light in the dark. So there's something about you, Cancer, it's like this. The analogy that I'm getting is like this. Imagine, right? It's like in those movies, that scene where for the longest time, right? Scene after scene after scene, we're following the main character who is being given so many signs, right? So many signs, right? And it's the feeling I'm getting and the image I'm imagining is this sort of pandemonium, right? This need to figure something out. Why am I not seeing something? Why is it not working out? Something is confusion, right? And then there's this moment where it all becomes clear. And the lead character begins to, right, and the way I'm imagining it for you is it's like you're focusing on an object, right? At first, because you're confused by it. You're looking at it like, what are you? Who are you? And again, right, this can be reflective. But I'm getting it specifically for you in terms of surroundings, the world around you, environment, right? Social circumstance. I'm hearing that for a number of you. And you're thinking, am I seeing what I'm seeing even? What am I seeing? This is, something about this is just a little too weird, right? And so you take a deeper dive and you recognize that there's more. And you commit, Cancer, to seeing beyond what you see, even if you can't physically see beyond it, right? In the dark. But it's the sheer intent and the opening, right? The intent of aligning with, I'm getting strongly for some of you, pineal gland, okay, third eye, and this is right, very much that sort of energy, especially when mirrored by the High Priestess, who is the most intuitive card in the deck, right? And this may be happening in a deeply meditative state, right? But it's that moment where you're concentrating so hard on this and you realize, I can't see through this, right? There's no way that I could actually see through this. Taking just purely a human perception, a human perspective with the eyes, right? Perhaps. Again, depends. But right, you then begin to see this in a very different way. And it's that moment, right, where you're looking at this object and it's that switch, it's that light, and you see it suddenly so very differently, and it gives you the answer. So it's not a matter of the circumstance changing. It's not a matter of, right, your humanly perception shifting. It's a matter of your intention with which you perceive, what you sense. It's a digestion, right, of that stimuli that forms the basis of your understanding altogether, Cancer. There is pressure on the back of my neck. So whatever that may mean to some of you, okay. This stone is hematite, right? It's a grounding stone, and it's somewhat reflective. Let me let Bandit out 1 second. He's been waiting ever so patiently. All right, Bandit. Okay. Sorry about that, Cancer. Right, so I mentioned this stone, I believe, in Scorpio's last reading. Okay. In Scorpio's last reading. And I mentioned that hematite is fascinating because it speaks to this element, right? Of almost a perceived completely solid state. Right? It's almost like you cannot see through this crystal. No matter how, right, long you look at it, right, or from what angle, it just reflects, right, any sort of perception of it. And so the focus then becomes, it's almost like scrying. Okay, so whatever that may mean to some of you, and I'm zeroing in on my black tourmaline crystal as I say that. So whatever that may mean to some of you, scrying, okay, but there is this absolute, it's almost like bypassing the sight, but by way of the focus. So it's not a matter of this, whatever this is, whatever this resembles to you, right? Whatever it is that you're focusing on, that you, right, has confounded you somehow in the past, caused you some doubt in some kind of way, as it seemed, is not, right? I'm hearing misunderstandable. Again, it comes to perception, how we choose to look at what we see, right? With what eye. So, Cancer, this is something profound, and it's happening on a level that very interesting. Aha, aha, aha. I feel Pisces. I believe Pisces got Son of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands as well. Or was it Aries? Either Aries or Pisces got the Son of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands. Okay. There's something here. Cancer, that is under revelation. Okay. And it speaks to what drives you to even, I'm hearing begin again. Whatever this process is for you, whatever it means to you, why you want this on a level that is beyond even comprehension, intellectual comprehension, especially, right? It resides in the domain of intuition. 1 second. Let me get Bandit. Bandit, do you want to come? Come here, Bandit. Come. Bandit, come. Come. Good boy. Come. No? Okay. False alarm. Right, so it's lovely. Cancer, it's so deep. It goes so deep. And it's the pursuit of enlightenment, ultimate enlightenment. And it may come through, okay, again, by way of the sort of deep hypnotic state, right? It's almost like that's where that's the state from where it's born, right? You almost, right, need to go through that process of the darkness, right? To have the moon, to recognize the moon's light, to perceive, right? Not by way of the senses, but almost, right, a sort of echolocation, right? So you're honing in on your driving force through the whole process, Cancer. And meditation is key during this time, absolutely. And right, it's kind of like that that analogy, right, of sleeping, right, being asleep, going to bed, and it's like, in order to rise, right, in the morning, in order to, right, hear the alarm, we must have set the alarm. We must have gone to bed, right? We must have closed our eyes and experienced both worlds. And so now, right, it's that shift. It's that shift, and it's that waking up. And the more that you tune in, Cancer, I feel especially, I'm zeroing in on this peacock crystal, peacock ore, which is a beautiful stone, right? And it speaks of creativity, imagination, third eye sort of energy, right? Meditative states. I'm getting trance-like states for you. And I got the same for Pisces. But, right, there's this focusing in on the imagination. And again, what we see beyond even what we believe. I'm hearing that for a number of you. Seeing beyond what we believe, we can see. Right? So there's a degradation of belief systems. Okay, a re-stratification of, I'm hearing moral, something moral code, ethics, something about the place we come from. Where is that? And what does that mean to us? And knowing and seeing what we see now, and seeing from the place that we now see from, what, right, is my code? What is my ethic as I pursue my truth? Profound, Cancer. Thank you so very much for tuning in. I hope this reading was helpful for you. Please feel free to check out your rising, ascendant, or moon sign as well, as oftentimes those may provide you with further insights into your situation. I know, for example, I resonate a lot with my moon, even more than my sun sometimes. So it doesn't hurt to check it out. If you don't know your signs, you can click the link below in the description box that I provide, and that will compute them for you. Okay, I'm back in to split the deck right here before we part. And alas, we have this face-off, right, between the Emperor and the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords overlaying the Ten of Pentacles. Okay. There is, and sandwiching the Ten of Pentacles is the Two of Swords, upright, the Ace of Wands right beneath it in reverse. Wow, the Sun in reverse right beneath the Ace of Wands, the Tower in reverse right beneath the Sun in reverse, and the Two of Wands in reverse right beneath the Tower. So, right, there is this, right, taking down of the old world, and this resurgence of passion, fire, flame, drive, uncovering what has been, remained just an obscurity for us. On so many levels and so many dimensions, it's now time. I'm hearing to take the plunge, And it may absolutely regard career, finances, and our place in the world, how we see ourselves in the world, and how we see ourselves channeling our creative propensities, right? As the creator of our world, and you're valuing your word and your vision and your view, your personal perception of what is real to you, and whatever that means, right? Within the context of the world, you're giving, right, precedence to. You're giving precedence to you, Cancer. It's beautiful. It's so very self-empowering. Transmutating any sort of, I'm getting greatly confusion. There's an uprising for you, Cancer. All right. And it's in your hands. It's in your hands. So lovely, 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 lovely. Thank you for tuning in yet again. Enjoy June, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.